Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Mixed Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Give out live free plays for today's card. And on today's show, a picture here from the NBA. It is an 11-game card from the NBA. Also college basketball here on the board. While we wait for NHL returning tomorrow on the 25th. And, of course, still a few weeks away from the start. Well, actually about a month away from the start of Major League Baseball on March 25th. So we got about a month wait there. Hey, guys, we'd like to let you know we're here 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you would, give us a like, a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Helps us build up our audience and set those notifications. We have 5 live shows over our channel. If you don't want to miss any of them. Also all chat integrated for you guys. So we welcome your chat comments and your picks here. And first, we'll say hello to the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Say hello to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Did drop our best bet yesterday. Had the Pistons. Thought they could bust up the Spurs winning streak there. That didn't happen. But on the other side of things, we did sweep the hit list there. All 4 plays, including the first basket score there with Jalen Wells for his team. So a decent day there. But yeah, just dropped the Pistons. I guess it was 2 winning streaks that collided there. So the Spurs came out victoriously. And nice card today. Just ready to get to it.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, I had 2 in one day hit the best bet, Rio Grande Valley. I like those 2 big dogs in Southland, Rio Grande Valley in New Orleans. Orleans got the outright win as a huge dog in that one. And I missed with the Utah Jazz. They got me a little help at the end, but no, Houston pulled away there. And yeah, those Pistons, that was a free pick for me, not a premium. But I don't know. I got my doubts about this Pistons team. Probably a playing team if they were in the Western Conference. Some of these teams in the East, nowhere near the level of quality that we see here from this Western Conference. Kind of reminds me of the AFC in the NFL and the NFC there as well. 2 different leagues, but 2 different qualities of teams there, top to bottom. All right, guys, I know our man Ron Hahn not going to like that, but that was a pitiful performance by the Pistons yesterday in a spot they should have had at home. All right, like, subscribe, greatly appreciate that. We'll get to the picks here. We'll do 11-game card. We'll do 4, 4, and 3 on the block. So we got the Sixers and Pacers here. We got the Sixers 10.5 on the road here, total 233.5. Mavericks and Nets. Mavericks up to 2. There's 1.5 as well, total 225.5. Thunder and Raptors, Toronto 1, total 217. And the block with the Wizards and Hawks. We see the Hawks laying 13 at home, total 238.5. Look at the injuries here in this first block. Sixers and Pacers. We got Broom and George out, and Embiid is questionable. For Indiana, there'll be no Nesmith, no Toppin, no Zubac. Siakam here is doubtful. We got Jones, McConnell, Nembhard questionable. Potter there is probable. In Washington, Atlanta, we got Russell, Sarr, Young out. Champagne and Vucevic here are questionable. Over to Atlanta, just Kuminga now has been upgraded to questionable there in that one. And let's see, OKC and Toronto. In this one, we've got SGA, AJ Mitchell, the good Jalen Williams out. Caruso and Holmgren are questionable. For Toronto, it's Hepburn and Portal out here for Toronto. We go to Chris.
Look at this Philly Indy game. Got somebody in the chat already looking for an over. Well, I'll deliver you. Philly and Indy, give me over. Both teams allowing 48% shooting. No defense played there at all. So I think we should get up and over that total, no problem. Same thing with Washington, Atlanta. You look at these guys, 20 and 16 to the over is Atlanta versus conference. And neither one of these guys are going to play defense. And we know what happens in Atlanta. So I think we see a high scoring matchup in that one. The total 238.5 right now is what I've got. So give me both those games over. Slightly into Toronto there. Didn't make the premium side. Toronto did just beat them a while back. But OKC's just got too many people out right now. I know they're still pulling off things, but I like Toronto at home in this one. It's a short number. I got -1.5 here, so we'll take it with them.
There we go here from Chris. Say what I think here about these games here. I'm going to go over here with Philly and Indiana. We got 2 teams in very bad defensive form here. We know Indiana can shoot the ball a little bit, but just not playing attack of defense whatsoever. Looks like Philadelphia got their shooting form back in that game against Minnesota. I'll look over in that spot there. What else do we have? And I think I may have did I include a game here? That's in the second block. All right. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any games. We have a lot of 740 games here today. that's kind of throwing me off a little bit here. Yeah, I'll look here at the Mavericks to cover this number here against a woeful Nets team. The Nets, look at their shooting form over the past couple weeks here, just hitting 40%, 29% from three. Mavs have shot the ball a little better. Nets have lost until to cover 4 straight. It's bad shooting right here. Mavs in better shooting form. I'll look for them in this spot. And also looking here at this OKC. I'll look at Toronto here. I think these injuries are going to catch up here with this OKC team. Raptors over the past 2 weeks have defended pretty good here. But for me, again, it's the injuries issue here for Toronto. For OKC. So I'll look at Toronto here. Welcome El Ninos into the show. El, what's going on? Block 1, Sixers, Pacers, Mavericks, Nets, Thunder, Raptors, and Wizards, Hawks.
All right, sorry, yeah, still loading up here. Sixers, Hawks, obviously, these 2 big favorites getting to that threshold, which I don't like to lay that many points, but I take them both to win both halves here. I think they can get it done. Obviously, it was staying away from that Pacers game at first when the opening line. Thought they could keep it somewhat competitive. Embiid sat out, but then the Siakam news came out. He's doubtful, and that line just got out of hand, I think. So I just backed the Sixers to win both halves there. You said you had the Raptors Thunder in this slot as well, right?
Yeah, Raptors Thunder, yeah.
I agree with you guys here. I'm on the Raptors in this one. No SGA. Yeah, they managed to get the job done their last one. They haven't looked terrible without him, but again, as you said, I think it catches up to them eventually, and I just don't see them, winning every game without him, especially against the more competitive teams. And let's not forget that they got up to a 25-5 lead there in that game against the Cavs and still almost dropped that one. So again, you could see how they missed SGA down the stretch there. And that will wrap it up for me. And that's it for me here in this block.
Yeah, from El Nino. So we'll go to block 2 here. In block 2, we got Knicks and the Cavs. The Cavs 3.5 and 4, total 233. Warriors and Pelicans. It's the Warriors 1.5 here on the road. Total sits here 227. Heat and Bucks. It will be the Heat 6.5 on the road. Total 228. And the block with Hornets and Bulls. It is the Hornets 8.5 on the road. Total 234. Look at the injuries here in this block of games. And we're seeing here in this block, let's see what we got here. Knicks and the Cavaliers. It's McBride out for New York. Max Strus still out here for Cleveland. And then we're going to look here at this Warriors and Pelicans injury report. And in this one, we've got Seth and Steph Curry are out. Porzingis out for Golden State. Green, Horford, Melton here questionable. For New Orleans, there is no Missy, no Murphy, no Peavy. Hornets and the Bulls. And in this game, we've got McNeely out for Charlotte. Kobe White and Kalkbrenner here are both probable. Chicago will be without Ivy and Simons. We have out here will be Jalen Smith for Chicago. And what else we have in this block? Heat and the Bucks. And in the Heat-Bucks game, we've got no Rozier, as we know. Jovic will be doubtful. And also we've got Damon Mitchell here is questionable. For Milwaukee, it will be no Giannis and no Prince. So we got you covered on the injuries here. We go to Chris.
Look at that Knicks-Cleveland game there. Give me Cleveland at home there with the -3.5 is what I've got there. Knicks have failed to cover 4 of their last 5, especially on the road there. They're not doing well. So we'll take the Cavs there. Another one I'm looking at here. Give me the over, or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, give me the over, or I'm not over. Give me Miami on the road here against Milwaukee. They're still missing Giannis. Haven't done well over the past 2 months. Hopefully he comes back soon for the Bucks, but we'll take Miami in that one on the road. And give me New Orleans at home. Golden State 1-4 last 5. I just really have the points there with New Orleans. Probably leaving that Charlotte and Chicago game alone. That could just be ridiculous. If anything, maybe an over, no defense there. As long as Charlotte's putting up their threes, they kind of live and die by that. But otherwise, just kind of leave it alone.
There we go with Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, the Knicks Cavs should be a good one. Should be a fun one to watch for sure. I was sort of leading Knicks first quarter, but honestly don't have much of a play on the full game yet. So yeah, the Knicks first quarter for me. with the spread there, obviously. And moving on down, yeah, Warriors, Pelicans. Yeah, no, they're missing a couple key pieces there, the Warriors, but I still think they rally around whatever they got left and get the job done there on the road. So I'll and not one I'm rushing to bet or anything, but I'll lean the Warriors in that one. We got Hornets, Bulls. Again, another big spread here. I take the Hornets to win both halves in that one. Still not very impressed with this new look Bulls team here. So yeah, again, but a few too many points for me to be laying. Might even consider laying it there. No, not not really. I'd much rather do the Hornets to win both halves. Feel more comfortable there. And Heat Bucks, yeah. Without Giannis, I think it's going to be a tough one for the Bucks. So definitely leaning Heat in that one.
Here we go from El Ninos here. I tell you what I think here about these games here. Going to Hornets and Bulls. I'll look taking the points with Chicago. I think it's a little bit too many to lay here with Charlotte. Charlotte 1-2 straight up coming off the break. Poor shooting has been the issue here with Charlotte. Not much 2-point shooting. It's all threes or nothing here for Charlotte. You look at the Hornets over the past 2 weeks, shooting 42%, but giving up 49% overall. I'll take the points with the Bulls, Heat, and the Bucks. I'll look at. I'm not comfortable in that game. Any actually giving out a free play. That's not one of my ones that I really like at all. Warriors, Pelicans. I'll look at New Orleans here in this spot. Warriors have missed the cover in 6 of 8. But again, I think the injuries will catch up again here with this Warriors team. You look at the Pelicans here over the past couple of weeks, 50% shooting and defending the 3-point line pretty well. So I'll look at them in this spot. Yeah, I can look at Cleveland here to bounce it back after that embarrassing loss there against the in that game here against Thunder. I'll look at the the Cleveland Cavaliers to get it done. New York just a 14-13 road team. Cleveland 19-11 at home with a plus 4.5 net rating. Knicks outfield will cover 3 straight coming off the break with poor 3-point defense. And the Cavs here over the past couple of weeks, 52% shooting, giving up just 41% overall. I'll look at Cleveland there in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Continuing on, closing out NBA with these final 3. Celtics and Suns. We've got the Celtics 6.5 and 7 on the road, total 207. Timberwolves and Blazers. It will be Minnesota 6.5 on the road, total 236.5. That's been a kind of a tough spot there for Minnesota. They usually play 2 games when they go into Portland at a time. We'll see what happens here. Magic and Lakers. It is LA 5 and some juice. We're seeing 5.5s pop up in this one. Total sits at 230. We'll take a look at the injury report here from these games. Boston and Phoenix. We've got Tatum out. Of course, Jaylen Brown is questionable. Keep an eye there. For Phoenix, we got Anthony Booker. Of course, Dylan Brooks broke his hand. He'll be out several weeks there. No Dylan Brooks for a while for Phoenix. Goodwin and Highsmith are also out. Grayson Allen is questionable there for Phoenix. For Minnesota, Naz Reid has hit the injury report overnight. For Portland, Avia and Sharp are out there. We go to Orlando and the Lakers. Wagner continues to be out. Suggs questionable. Of course, Jackson Hayes is doubtful for the Lakers. We go over to Chris.
Look at that Boston-Phoenix game there. Give me Boston on the road there. They've just been balling lately. Covered the last 3 here. Phoenix has dropped the last 4 to cover there. So I'll take the Celtics keep rolling here on the road as the favorite. And then look at that Magic-Lakers game. We know the Lakers haven't been playing any defense all season. I don't think anything changes lately. Starting to believe LeBron just doesn't care. The other night I was watching and he's just over in the corner, like whatever. He couldn't even score 15 points. So I think we get up and over this. Nobody's playing defense. The Magic are doing well. They're getting up and down, making their shots and everything. So I think we get up and over that 230.5.
Yeah, with Chris on over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, strongly agree with that over there. Just throwing some numbers. The Lakers 31-25 to the over. And Orlando also trending to that over in 29-27 there and should get their offense going against these Lakers, as Chris was saying. But I will look at an under as well here in that Boston-Phoenix game. A lot of injuries here, and especially if Brown sits this one out. And Allen, I guess he can still score some buckets there for the Suns if they both sit out. Well, that's numbers getting really low too now. But I'll lean to the under in that one, and I'd probably get it in now before it dips any lower.
Yeah, I think this is a front end for Boston. I think they got Denver tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think it might be
Yeah,
a
they
front
do.
end.
They go to Denver, actually. Yeah,
So keep an eye there. Front end of a back-to-back. You got it. Yeah, I might lay off the Celtics game only for the fact is that it is front end of a back-to-back. I'm gonna stay away from this one. Phoenix looks considerably weak now without Dillon Brooks and Booker in there. Now you throw Grayson Allen questionable. There's a lot of holes missing. I wouldn't, especially the way the Suns have been shooting the ball horribly right now over the past 2 weeks, 40% from the field, 30% from three. No defense being played by them. We know the Celtics play team defense. They may want to play a little slower pace, knowing they got to go to elevation tomorrow. That I wouldn't argue with that underplay that El Ninos gave out there. I second thoughts here about laying the points with Boston, just remembering that front end of back-to-back spot. I'll look at Portland. This has not been a good place for Minnesota to play. And I just remember the last couple of years when they started the season there, they've had trouble playing in Portland. This Minnesota team. We're looking here. Timberwolves have failed to cover 6. I believe it's 6 of the past 9. 3-point defense has been an issue. You look at over the past 2 weeks, Minnesota's given up 42% from 3. I'll look at the points with Portland. And I agree with the over here, Orlando and LA. You look at LA has shooting the ball pretty well here, 49%, 39% from 3 over the past 2 weeks. So I'll look at actually Magic in pretty good 3-point shooting form. The Magic have gone over in 5 of 7 with poor defense. So defensive issues here for Orlando. I'll look for the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Toys Morning Show. We'll turn our attention over to college hoops for today. Just want to note there has, because the weather in the East, there has been some cancellations here. Wake Forest and BC has been postponed. Xavier and Providence has been postponed. Will be played tomorrow. So Xavier and Providence play tomorrow, and Wake Forest and Boston College. I did not get word on when this game will be rescheduled, but heavy snow up in the Northeast there. So Wake Forest, BC, Xavier, Providence postponed for today. All right, so we'll cover college hoops here. Let's see how we'll break down the 2 blocks. We have enough late stuff. All right, so in block number 1, we're going to cover the games here at 6 Eastern, and we'll include the games here at 7:30 Eastern time. So let's take a look here. Some of the notable games here in this block would include St. Louis and Dayton. St. Louis 4.5 on the road in that one. Northwestern Indiana laying 9 at home. Duke Notre Dame. Wow, boy, things have changed in Notre Dame. Has 17.5-point favorites, Duke on the road. Marquette and Georgetown laying 3.5 in that one. NC State, Virginia. It will be Virginia laying 6. Cincy and Texas Tech laying 6.5 at home. Kentucky and South Carolina. Can trust Kentucky laying 7.5 on the road. There are some 6.5s as well. So those are some of the notable games. So in this block, we will cover the games at 6 Eastern and include the 7:30 Eastern game. So the 8 and later will be block 2. We got to start with Chris.
The only one looking at this whole early block here, Kentucky, South Carolina. Give me the over 149.5. You look at what Kentucky does, what these guys do when they play South Carolina on the road, 4-1 to the over there. I think we get up and down in this one, get up and over the total. Would probably lean South Carolina with the 7.5 if you can get it. I just don't know about Kentucky on the road, but I think the bigger play here is definitely the over.
There we go with Chris. On over to El Ninos.
Yeah, got a few in this block, not too many in the later block, but let's kick things off with George Washington laying the points there on the road against over LaSalle. A matchup they won by 22 points on January 3rd. So again, I don't think that home court changes that much for LaSalle in this one, and should win this one by double digits again. Like UMass over Ball State, slightly smaller road favorite there. Big edge on the glass. They've been shooting the 3 real well, and should get the job done again there on the road. Like Marshall at home over Old Dominion. Again, we're just getting a much better team all around here. Just maybe slight disadvantage in the turnover department, but not going to worry about that too much. 12-3 at home. Old Dominion just 3-13 on the road. So I laid there with Marshall. I like Virginia over NC State at home again. This one might be a little tighter, but Again, Virginia did win this one by 15 in the previous meeting on January 3rd as well. So again, should get the job done again at home. And let's see who else we got here. Yeah, I'll take Kentucky there over South Carolina. Another road favorite, slightly bigger favorite than I usually like to lay, but again, big edge on the glass. They've been putting up the better shooting numbers, the better defense, which should travel well. They haven't traveled particularly well, just 3-5 on the road, so that is a slight concern. But should be able to handle this South Carolina team here. So I'll lay it there with Kentucky. And last but not least, I like St. Louis over Dayton. Laying the small number again on the road there. Another team that's been shooting the ball real well from deep, almost 41% from three-point land. Big edge on the glass again, the much better defense. So 7-1 on the road. I'll lay it with St. Louis there.
There we go from El Nino's here. What I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to take Rutgers plus the points. I just don't trust this Washington team. They lost to Maryland on the road. I don't trust them whatsoever. 11th in offensive efficiency. They turn the ball over. They don't make threes. On defense, they don't force turnovers. Give 35% from three. Rutgers does take care of the basketball offensively in conference. They have struggled defensively, but the Huskies have lost 4 or 5 with spot support defense. Rutgers have covered 8 of 11. They've had some good shooting performances in those games. And the Scarlet Knights at home, they do defend. And the Huskies on the road, just 29% from three. I'll take the points there with Rutgers. I also look to take those numbers here. I'll take LaSalle plus the points here against George Washington. LaSalle in pretty good defensive form right now. George Washington has failed to cover 5 of 6 with bad defense right now. LaSalle's covered 3 straight, really good 3-point defense for LaSalle. I'll look at them in that spot. Yeah, that Miami O game has moved too much for my liking. It was 8.5 last night. Moved to 10.5. I'm going to stay away from it. I'll go ahead and take Buffalo. I don't understand this line. Huge number here. People are betting this line has moved so much in this Buffalo Akron game. I can only look at the Buffalo here with the 16. Look, Akron here is 22-5. They are not getting any at large bid. By the way, I saw somebody, notable guy on Twitter, say, "Oh, Stephen F. Austin blew their at large start. Instead, lost already 3 games. Southland Conference, MAC Conference. You got to go undefeated in these conferences to even be considered for an at large bid. If you're in the MAC, if you're in the Southland, if you have 3 losses on your record, you're not getting any at-large bid, man. So there's no motivation for these teams to pile it up because they got to win the conference tournament to get into the dance. So Akron laying 16 points here. No, thank you. Bills over the past month, 47% from the field, 39% from 3. And you're going to give me 16.5 with Buffalo? Give me the points. Okay. There is no at-large bid for Akron, guys. There's just no way, no how. So I'll look at the Bulls here who have been shooting the ball pretty well. Zip's not hitting their threes over the last month and giving up 39% for 3-point line over the last month. I'll look at the Buffalo Bulls here plus the 15 or 16.5 now as it moved overnight. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show, closing that college basketball with these final games. Here we cover the games at 8 Eastern all the way to the 11 Eastern games. And we got 3 games late night tonight at 11 Eastern time. So let's take a look at some of the notables here in this block. Minnesota, Michigan on the bounce back. We'll see. It's 22-point favorites here for Michigan, total 145.5. Iowa State, Utah. Iowa State on the road laying 12.5. Some 13s are popping up as well. Auburn, Alabama. Well, can Auburn win on the road? Ron Crawford doesn't like Auburn when they're on the road, but we'll see here. Oklahoma's not been very good there. Auburn 2.5 on the road in that game. Also notables, Miami and Florida State. Hurricanes 2.5 on the road. Arizona State, TCU 6.5 at home. Arizona at Baylor as they continue that road trip after Houston. This one's moved. This one's now 8.5. There's 7.5 up down at South Point there. So the old heads at South Point betting this Baylor team, because we've seen the line come down considerably there. 7.5 there at South Point. Also notables, Tennessee, Missouri. Tennessee 3.5 on the road. USC, UCLA. The Bruins here 7.5 at home in this rivalry game, moving up from 6.5. Central Florida at BYU. BYU has ballooned from 10 opener to 12 now in that one. And we'll get a start here with Chris.
Yeah, we'll start with that Tennessee-Missouri game. Give me the points there with Missouri. Tennessee 1-3 is a road favorite. Missouri 3-0 is a home underdog in that situation there. So we'll slightly lean to Missouri there. Give me Oklahoma 1-6, and the last 7 is Auburn. No way I'm trusting them with anything there, especially on the road. So give me Oklahoma at home. Another one I'm looking at here, boatload of points here with Utah versus Iowa State. Iowa State 2-3 in their last 5. Utah is 9-5 against conference. I'd rather just have all those points. And then last one I'm looking at here, went back and forth on this one. UFC BYU. UFC getting 11.5 at the moment. I would take them there. BYU 5-8 at home, and then also when they're a double-digit favorite like that, 4-6 as a home favorite is BYU. So give me the points with UCF.
There we go with Chris. On over to Al Ninos. You're on mute.
Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, just a couple plays for me here late. Let me pull them up. Sorry. I like the over in that New Mexico-Nevada game. New Mexico's coming in at 18-8 to the over. Nevada's 16-11 to the over. 6 of the last 8 meetings have gone over the number. So I'll take this one to go over the total as well. And the side I liked, I'll take Miami there over Florida State, laying the short number on the road. Again, very efficient from the floor, shooting over 50% as a team, 50.5% there from the floor, and playing the better defense as well. So 6-2 on the road. I'll take Miami there and lay a small number.
Yeah, we go with Al Ninos. Tell you what I think about some of these games. I'll look at Fresno State plus the 9 here. All they do is cover. They covered 10 of 11 with good shooting here over the last month, hitting 46%. And Colorado State has not defended the three-point line very well here over the past month. They're giving 38% from 3. Colorado State team that's 9th in defensive efficiency in the conference. They don't force turnovers. They struggle on the glass. They do turn the ball over offensively in conference. And this is a Fresno State team defensively that defends the three-point line. They force turnovers and make their free throws. As I said, Fresno's covered 10 of 11. I'll take Fresno there. The rivalry game, I'll take SC here plus the 6.5. Trojans has been defending the three-point line pretty well. Bruins over the last month just hitting over 43% from the field. Bruins coming off that emotional win against Illinois, playing 2 overtimes on Saturday. Maybe a little bit of a letdown spot, although it is a rivalry game. But I'll look here at them as well. We look at UCLA. They have missed the cover in 3 of 4 coming into this game. So I'll look at USC to get the cover in this one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We got you through our NBA and college basketball. NHL returns tomorrow, and it's now time for our Parlay Peripheral segment where our cappers can give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future, exhibition baseball, college baseball. They make the call here. Just note, exhibition baseball, WBC coming up. All this money of the stars are leaving there, have left their teams to get ready for WBC. So if you're handicapping or betting exhibition baseball, make sure you know who's left camp for these teams. So we get started here with Chris.
Yeah, we'll take 3-team over here. We'll go the Sixers, Pacers over, Wizards, Atlanta over, Magic, Lakers over. And then your first basket score today, we're going to take a couple. You can take first basket or first team score. It's a little bit safer there. We're going to go Brandon Ingram to score the first basket, and we'll take Michael Porter Jr. to score the first basket.
There we go here from Chris. We move on over to Al Ninos.
I'll take the Heat. I'll go with I'll take St. Louis there in college basketball, and you can just 2-team that if you want, or you can throw the Hornets to win both halves on top of it.
There we go from El Ninos. The ones I like here, I'll take LaSalle plus the points. I'll take USC plus the points, and I'll take the Portland Trailblazers here plus the points. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for Tony over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a Tuesday with lots of coverage here from the NBA, 11-game card for NBA, loads of college basketball here on the board. Click the link in the description. That'll take you right over to our site over at Tony's Picks. We have leaderboard showcasing our top performers. Let's take a look and see what Chris has for sale today over at Tony's Picks for today's card. So, Chris, what you got for sale?
Guys, got you a best bet in the NBA today. Just one play there. I'm watching some college basketball, so maybe looking for some late steam action there before tip off. But right now, you've got an NBA game out there. Love it today. Scoop that up. 2-for-1 capper. You see who's doing well. Pair us up together. Let us go to work for you. Don't forget to use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%. Hop on something long term there. We still have NBA. We've got college basketball that I do cover. In less than a month here, we should have baseball back. I will be covering that as well. So hop on something long-term, short-term, either way you want to go. You'll get that late steam emailed to you as these lines move. I am watching them and putting some stuff in there as I see fit. But otherwise, yeah, just we're going to keep trying to do well.
That's right. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. He's got a best bet on the board right now over in the NBA. Profit guaranteed here on our one-day passes, meaning they must turn our profit or amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed here. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Also, the long-term subscription is the way to roll, especially with all these sports overlapping. No better time to get on board with a 7-day sports fest, which you guys like. So get signed up. All right, let's take a look, see what Al Ninos has for sale today over at Tony's Picks. Al's put together a great year here in 2026. Of course, these numbers are all based on $100 unit wager size. Of course, Al Ninos here went up over 1,154 units of profit documented. So, Al, what you got for sale?
Yeah, a couple plays in the NBA. My probably should have at least the third, maybe even the fourth, kind of like this card today. And actually a couple plays in college basketball as well. I doubt I'll get there with 6 plays, but there could be a couple more plays popping up here. So it might be a good day to hop on those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair me up with your favorite capper and get all those Steam plays emailed right to you as well.
That's right, guys. Got to both Al Ninos over at Tony's Picks. You can see the plays up there from Al Ninos. Profit guarantee plays for you right now. Get on board. Long-term subscriptions as well. Remember, all of our one-day, all of our picks, our premium plays, member plays are in the system by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we continue to handicap throughout the day and night. Looking for late plays. We put plays in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. They're flagged as late steam, and those plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email used when you sign up for the service. So late steam, a feature available on all long-term subscriptions at no extra charge. Also, props available at no extra charge. We have props fully automated here for the NBA and NHL right now. So props included, no extra charge when you get the long-term subscription. So get on board with Al Ninos over at Tony's Picks. Match them up with the 2-1 capper promotion. You can match Al with your favorite capper. Hey, why not just match up Al with Chris here? Select capper 1, select capper 2, and you save 50% off the second long-term subscriptions when you get signed up here on a 2-for-1 capper promotion, as you can see right here. All right, over on Tony's Picks today, I have a best bet on the board from college basketball, also a 3-pack with 2 college and 1 NBA. So I have 4 premiums on the board. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks, promo code TonyT. Saves you that 15%, match you up with your favorite capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Like, subscribe, set those notifications. Head on over to our YouTube channel. Just type in Tony's Picks in the search, and you'll find our channel here. Click it there. And best way to navigate, we have a lot of content on our channel. The best way to navigate it is to start from the home page. As you scroll, you're going to check out our live stream. When we're live, it'll show up at the top. Our archive live shows are here for you guys. The Night Move show at 3 a.m. Eastern time. That airs with Ramon and company, a complete rundown on these games. So check it out with Ramon and his company here there on the Night Moves. You can watch the replay of it, complete rundown on all these games. Look ahead show here with Alessandro. Midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. A first look at these games as the lines come out. Complete rundown on these games from Alessandro. So check that video out there on archive if you miss it live. Happy hour with Ron and company, 5 p.m. Eastern time. This is your last look at these games before they start. So happy hour there with Rod and company there. Check it out. Of course, our show archives. Tomorrow, the Daily Dangle returns an NHL, a complete rundown from NHL with Rod and company, 1 p.m. Eastern time. That returns tomorrow off the Olympic break. As you'll scroll, you'll find playlists like mine here with the compilation videos. Chris has got his hit list up there right now. NBA is up, so check it out on there. Also of our playlist here from NBA and college and more. Alessandro also with his plays in here as well. You'll see our fight picks on fight nights on the night before Friday. We'll have fight picks uploaded here from Alessandro and Mills video there. Nick coming in with a 3-pack today. I saw Bo also with a 3-pack, so check him out. And we also have a lot of shorts up there on the site as well. So check it out here on the Tony Speaks YouTube channel. Lots of great content, including Chris. Your prop hit list has been red hot of late. We got the NBA, of course, hockey coming back here tomorrow.
Yeah, very thankful for hockey to come back. NBA's been great lately. Yesterday, like I said, we swept that. Got all 4 picks, but it's been hard to try to find plus money for you guys there, especially with these lines not coming out. But NHL is back, so you have some goal scorers loaded tonight and be ready for you tomorrow before game time there. So we're back with that. Still have an NBA hit list if I can get you some props on that. And then, like we said earlier, month away from baseball, you'll have the home run hit list back. Ready to do that. They're not letting me bet on home runs right now in preseason, which is probably good, but a lot of guys swinging the bat really well, so I look forward to the home run hit list this year. Appreciate everybody's support, everybody's comments, everybody's respectful. Keep that going. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the page. Everybody's putting out great content, a lot of great shows here to check out, so make sure you're supporting that, and I just appreciate everybody, and we'll keep putting it out as long as I've got data.
There you go, guys. There, we'll check out Chris on that hit list. All right, Al Nino's got you here on the morning shows, and we also see you on these reels.
Yeah, I thought Chris was gonna say that they're not allowing him to bet on the home run props anymore after what he did to them last year. Anyway, yeah, mostly morning shows for me, so keep tuning in early. Catch the replays if you can't make it this early, and make sure you check out all the other great content over at Tony Speaks YouTube channel.
That's right, guys. Check us out. A lot of great content here. Check out our playlist there. All of our playlists also are in podcast form, so you can also check out Tony's picks on the podcast if that's what you like, the long form format. Every one of our picks is in podcast form, but if you just like to have a favorite playlist, you can just pretty much type that playlist in any of your podcast forms. Let's say you want Chris's hit list. Well, just type that in, and you'll be able to find the podcast and subscribe to it there. I believe it's on our props playlist is up there on the channel, so check it out there on the playlist if you would. So a lot of our great content, like, subscribe, set notifications. We greatly appreciate it here. As we said, guys, live with here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody's contributions in the chat today. Check it out here. Jorge was in there today, as well as Bo. Richard Lockhart, always great seeing you here in the chat room as well. Our man Bo is in here. Check out his 3-pack on the site today. He's got a parlay today for you on the chat for you with St. Louis and the Raptors today. Looking at that Billikens in that spot. Jorge in there as well. Ball Magic are balling. Let's see what they can do here. Of course, Ron Hahn. Appreciate back to the recovery here for Ron Hahn as well there. So, guys, like, subscribe. Really appreciate everybody here in the chat today. All right, any closing thoughts from you guys before we close it out?
Let's make it a winning day, guys.
Let's make it a winning one. We're going to wake up. Bye, you guys. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show.